the Premier League has seen its fair share of stars that lit up the division for a short time. Over the past 30 years, hundreds of stars have shone in the Premier League, and many players have had their time in the limelight. However, some careers peaked for a very short time and left fans wondering how their careers could have turned so sharply, after looking like they belonged among the very best in the world. Here, Express Sport looks at the 5 biggest one-season wonders over the past 30 years of the Premier League. Michu, Swansea's Spanish hero, arrived from Rayo Vallecano for just £2.5 million as part of a deal that in 2012 went unnoticed at the time by many. Michu had a strong maiden season in La Liga, but his side's financial woes meant that they were forced to accept the highest bid they received for their star man, which happened to be pennies in terms of Premier League figures. Michu announced himself in England on the opening day of the 2022-23 season with a brace in the 5-0 demolition of QPR, and never looked back. In potentially Swansea's greatest ever season, under Michael Laudrup, Michu scored 22 goals in 43 games on their way to a 9th-placed finish in a League Cup trophy win, as Michu was on the scoresheet in their 5-0 drubbing of Bradford City in the final. Since that season, Michu was plagued by injuries after the Welsh side's Europa League run the following year, and he never rediscovered his form of that one inspirational season that saw him make a mockery of his price tag and invent a new phrase, as from that point on hefty transfer fees were made up of several Michus to exaggerate one of the bargains of the Premier League era. Jonathan Johansson. Charlton's newly signed Finnish striker Jonathan Johansson joined the Ajax in 2000 after a spell at Rangers, where he was set to compete with the likes of Jason Ewell and Kevin Lisbie up front. Much to the pleasant surprise of many at the Valley, Johansson made light work of the Premier League as he scored 10 goals before the turn of the year to get Charlton up to 8th place in the table. However, he scored just once more since the sole goal to defeat Arsenal on New Year's Day in 2001, and then failed to notch more than 5 goals in a season for the next 5 years before being shipped to Norwich and then the Swedish top flight. After retirement in 2011, Johansson worked as a coach in Scotland for Motherwell and was Rangers' assistant to Pedro Caixinha. He also worked within the Finland national team setup and became Morton boss before leaving in 2019, and now coaches Finnish side TPS.